The truth of a K-pop idol in the real life of working as a producer. Now this is interesting. Okay, basically I worked at JYP before, and let me tell you, you can't just judge K-pop idols by their image on camera. I'm just gonna go straight to the point. Jun.k and Jun. These two idols caused real stress while I was working, and I was hurt because of them. I was mentally depressed. Jun.k always treated staff like trash, and if one thing didn't go his way, he would get in big trouble. I guess Jun was a bit less worse, but still terrible. I can't tell you more details, but please be aware. Edit, since some of you guys think I might be faking this, here's the situation. When I first came to JYP, I was a rookie producer, so I was new to working in the K-pop industry. I wasn't doing a major role back then, so I used to just work on minor things. After working with some groups, I finally got to work with 2PM. Also, I got a major role in this project. My last one did well. This was about 1 or 2 years later after I joined. I worked on this piece for days and not sleeping because I wanted to make it perfect. When it was time to show the members, I played it. All of a sudden, one member was listening and immediately cursed. I was shocked, of course, since this was my first time. He asked who the producer was, and of course I raised my hand. Right away, he started to curse and say offensive stuff about my recording. One member joined in. Of course, there was more incidents. If you guys are gonna assume that this is fake, yeah, you can, but I'm telling you, my story is real. I can reveal more, but I'm choosing not to. Please just keep that in mind. K-pop is worse than what it looks like. And unfortunately, this is not a surprise to me. This isn't like, here's the thing. There's a difference between a person's image on camera and off camera, on stage, off stage, and that's the case with K-pop idols. It's not only the case with Hollywood actors, with LA producers, with journalists and all that. It works in pretty much every industry that has cameras on people. Like, for example, the way people see me on camera is not 100% me. Like, I've never shown 100% me on camera. I've only shown really my K-pop side on camera, my K-pop fan side on camera, and that's not all of me. You know, people are surprised that I'm into sports. The fact that I'm following the World Series, NFL, NBA, football, and all these things. And like, it was a big surprise. Like, how can someone like K-pop and sports? And it's like, the internet exists. You can just follow whatever. And like, you know, and like, although I tend to like talk a lot, yap a lot, and that tends to be the primary way of my content, and like I just talk for ages and ages. I'm personally a very quiet and shy person, especially if I'm like, if if I don't really know you, if I've never really known you and I've never really talked to you before, I'm very timid. I am very shy and very awkward, and I don't know what to say. And I'm the type of person that when you walk past me and you go like, "Oh hey, how you going?" I'm going, "Oh yeah," and then I just walk past. I am that type of person, and apparently I don't seem like that on camera, but that's because I'm here by myself in my room recording a video talking about K-pop. You know, I'm kind of in my comfort zone. Whereas like if I'm just like, if you sat me if you put me on a table with 3 other people that I've never known, and we're all gonna have a meal, I'm just gonna eat. I'm not gonna try to interact with others. I'm just gonna eat. And I know that seems rude, but I'll be like, "Hi, how are you? All good? Okay, sweet." And I'm just gonna eat. And if people like ask me questions or try to talk to me, yeah, I'll engage. Yeah, I'll do that. But I'm too shy and quiet to like actively be a talkative person. And yeah, people were surprised when they noticed that about me. And that's the same thing with K-pop idols, you know. And like, look, JYP, yes, they have this whole family togetherness image, but like, and here's the thing, I love watching that. It's like one of the biggest reasons why JYP is one of my favorite companies, and like I love that image that they have. But there's always a little nugget in my head thinking, this could all be staged. This can all be a whole act to really sell JYP as a company, to show that, oh wow, JYP is the best company because all the idols, they interact with each other. They don't care about having dating rumors, blah 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 blah. But like, who knows? It might not be real. And I am aware that a majority of my audience are Stray Kids stans. They're stays, of course they are. And like, I know a lot of you people think that these boys, they're perfect, they're amazing, they're the best boys ever. And here's the thing, they really could be the same people they are on camera, but they could also be completely different. Like, for example, look at Han. We already know that, like, yes, on camera, he's hilarious, he's funny, he always makes jokes, and he's kind of like the life of the party. But the members have said that off camera, he's more of the quiet type. He's the biggest introvert in the entire group, which is a big surprise, because, like, when they all did the MBTI test, I'm pretty sure he's the one with the highest introverted side. And, like, Yeah, that's the thing. I'm kind of like him. On camera, I can make a joke or two. I can be loud. I can say whatever. But then off camera, I'm just like, I'm just gonna have Nutella. That's literally me. People can be completely different, and yeah, some people on camera they could be the nicest person ever, but off camera they could be an absolute demon. Whereas on camera they could be sassy, bit rude, bit mean, bit of a diva, but then off camera they're just kind, nice, very sweet. It's kind of like Ellen DeGeneres and Conan O'Brien. Ellen DeGeneres, she had this cool auntie that gives you everything type of vibe on camera. Then apparently off camera she was awful to work with. Conan O'Brien, apparently he was an awful boss. He was always making jokes, always annoying his staff. But in reality, he was like very kind. He admired all of his staff. He knew everybody's names. Like I feel like a big indicator that a manager or a boss is good at what they're doing is that if they know who they're working with and who they know who's working for them, like good on them. That's like a good indication. And who knows, JYP might be like that. Yes, he might be like a father figure, a like or like a weird uncle type of figure to them, but it can also all be an act. You know, it could all not be real, and you know that's unfortunately the case. And here's the thing, all right. This might sound absolutely awful, but I kind of like. I kind of don't. It's not that I don't care. It's just that it doesn't really affect my experience on K-pop. Because here's the thing, I like so many things, but behind the scenes, who knows what's going on? I have no idea what's going on behind the scenes in like what in an MLB game. Like who knows behind the scenes they could be putting steroids in their arms and then like batting and then like like doing some like they're actually robots or whatever. I don't know. It could be that. I know that's an exaggeration, but you kind of get what I mean. You never really know what's happening behind the scenes, but if it's something that I can still enjoy and just watch or listen to or get involved in and have emotional connection with, I'm still gonna like it. I'm still gonna enjoy it. And like, yeah, let's say Bang Chan, he's awful to work with. Like if you make a song for him, then like and he hates it, then you just have to sit there and listen to him roast you, or like if you don't like what he produced, he will cuss you out. If he's like that, yeah, that'd be awful and it would suck. But like I still like his music. I can't deny that. I can separate the art from the artist, and like, you know, sometimes we have to admit bad people can do good things and good people can do bad things and vice versa and all of that. And it's just, you know, it's not surprising to me that this could be real. This could be an actual story. And it sucks. It really does suck that, you know, there are people like this, but you know, I just hope this producer that they're okay, that they are still living the dream of being a producer. I hope that's their dream, and that like now they're a successful one and they actually work in a healthy and great environment, and that they're doing okay. But if not, I hope things will get better for them. And yeah, so yeah, the truth of like this is the case for like one group or one company at least, because you know we don't know what SM's like, we don't know why it's like listen, there's hundreds, maybe even thousands of K-pop idols. Not all of them are gonna be nice. Not all of them are gonna be cool or chill. So some of them are gonna be assholes. Some of them are gonna be mean. Some of them you actually don't really want to talk to. But at the end of the day, if we still enjoy their music, still enjoying their performances, the game's a game. It is what it is. We're only gonna see them what they're like on camera. It's not like we personally know them. And yeah, here's the thing. I don't really know what they're truly like. This person could be lying. They could be not. But I'm still gonna enjoy K-pop as a music genre and as a performance. And I'm still gonna stand K-pop groups. Halsey's interview made me realize how wild K-pop album sales really are. Okay. I just finished watching Halsey's interview with Zane Lowe, and she mentioned how her label isn't letting her drop another album because her last one sold only 100k in the first week. That's so sad and messed up on the label's part, especially given how the album was just about her personal struggles and not condoning it at all. But it had me thinking about how much the K-pop industry, especially the big four, really makes. Like, my first reaction was 100K only, because if any big four group saw that, Twitter would be in shambles, people calling them flops. Like, groups be pulling millions of copies sold in a week, even rookies sell around 400,000. Maybe that is why they have comebacks every other month. The companies know they are making money either way. Anyways, what do y'all think? Here's the thing, right? Like, albums in like Western music and albums in K-pop are two completely different products. Because like albums in the West, it's really just like hard cover, CD, track list, credits. That's about it. There's not much to it. And yes, there's a few here and there, like you get a poster, you get other things and all that. Whereas with K-pop, right, with Stray Kids, when it comes to album, with the upcoming album, there's 23 versions. There's gonna be 23 versions of this one album. So there's gonna be more albums within one album than Blackpink has released albums in general. It's insane. It's quite literally insane, but like, it's pretty good value. Cause like, here's the thing. You're gonna get, first of all, the CD, but then you're also gonna get a photo book, a book where like each K-pop idol pretty much has a few pages to each member posing like models in different like concepts or whatever. I don't know what pose I'm trying to do, but like, you know what I mean? But it's like, that's just the photo book, and then you get photo cards, which are very special apparently. Some even sell for like $1,000 US dollars. Like a printer exists, but I'm not gonna get into that. But like, it could be signed as well and all that. It's very nice. It's very nice. And then sometimes some like have like a cute little message, cute little that, and each one like, oh yeah, Le Seraphim, they had a balaclava in the album. I missed out on buying that one. I should have gotten that, but I didn't. Missed out. But I will try to be more alert when it comes to the albums. But like, there's so much variety in K-pop albums, and like, I think the biggest seller in K-pop albums is that you can get a QR code or like a raffle or a ticket or something to go to a fan meet. And that only really works with people that live in South Korea, which is kind of upsetting. But like, in South Korea, going to a K-pop fan center, your favorite group, it's like the pinnacle of K-pop interaction. It's when you don't feel parasocial, because you actually get to meet the K-pop idol, and then they know you exist. So it's like, oh my gosh, they know I exist. I could hold their hand. I could look at them into their eyes. Oh my gosh. But it's like, there's that, and I feel like that's the biggest indication. And although international fans know that, they still want the album, because it's like, K-pop is like, to them, it's still a foreign piece of media. So getting a hold of a physical and tangible copy of the merchandise that they want is a big deal. So whereas like in the West, you can just like, go to Target and like get an album. JB Hi-Fi, get an album. Whereas with K-pop, you have to go through Weverse, and then there's like a special edition, and that's only being sold within the first week, so you have to be careful. But then if you don't get it, then you have to get a new one. And if you don't get the new one, then you have to get the regular one, and then it takes like a month to ship. It's a big mess. But to them, people feel like it is worth it. And that's why there's comeback every other month, because K-pop companies know there are just those K-pop stans that would sell their soul to see their K-pop idols on a piece of paper rather than a screen. Because admittedly, yes, people look better on paper than they do on the screen. Because on the screen, I think this whole generation, my one especially, is just used to seeing people and things on screen, that like seeing people on paper and like being printed out in perfect photoshopped way. Oh my gosh, it is mind-blowing. It is insane. But yeah, K-pop albums, like, I feel like with not just K-pop albums but also music videos, a lot of people that are like are only really into like Western music feel like albums and music videos are lost art form. But K-pop, they are keeping it alive.